Hello to all of my beautiful, wonderful souls around the world. My name is Roubina and my soul name is Ascended Master Mother Mary. Now, I'm going to make a two-part video regarding what happens to the soul once the human vessel has died. Now, a gentleman called Quinton Allen posted a question for me asking what happens immediately after the soul leaves the body. Now, I'm going to explain this as it's, I need to explain quite in detail as to what happens because everybody's journey is different. So to explain this question fully, we're going to go back to the incarnation process. Now, before the soul actually incarnates, it makes what's called a soul contract. Now, this soul contract is all, part and parcel of the soul's evolution and why they are choosing to incarnate onto the earth plane. Every soul's evolution has different lessons as we are here on the earth planet. The earth planet is actually a school for the soul's evolution. So it's one of the hardest planets that we come to for the soul's growth. So once the soul contract has been made and the date of birth has been chosen as for the incarnation. By the way, in the soul contract, you also choose your birth date and your death date. So you come in knowing when you are actually going to leave, okay? And you choose the appropriate lessons for the soul's growth in that contract. Now, once the physical vessel has actually died, the soul then exits the human vessel, and at first the soul is still, in a shock state, let's say, because it's still coming to terms with actually leaving the human vessel. So whilst it's processing its death of the human vessel, that's why many people, when they have near-death experiences, they leave the human vessel and they're able to look upon their human vessel. That's actually the soul looking down upon the human vessel. So once this process is in order and the soul has left the human vessel, it's now processing that it has actually just died in terms of the human vessel just coming to an end. That in particular incarnation coming to an end. Now what happens is the soul then is going to feel all of its life review of that incarnation it has just left, where the soul contract that it made before coming into the incarnation is then, felt. Every step of that incarnation is felt by the soul to see how it aligned to its soul contract. And if it did, in fact, learn the lessons for the soul's growth and soul's evolution through that incarnation. Now, the spirit guides, because we all have spirit guides, even myself, I have spirit guides. My spirit guides are generally ascended masters, archangels, angels, very highly evolved beings. But we all have spirit guides. Now, the spirit guides are actually present for the life review. And this will take, however long it takes for the soul to feel every part of that incarnation. Now, once it has gone through this process, the spirit guides will then offer a light portal shall open. And the option is then given to the soul whether, you know, the soul is ready to pass through the light portal, which then passes the soul through to the other side and healing. Now, if the soul decides to decline going and passing through the light portal, then it's choosing again to stay earthbound. Now, this is where lost souls and, let's say, ghosts come into play, because the soul then may feel that it has some unfinished business and that it's not quite ready to pass through the light portal. So all depending on the in particular soul's experience of, you know, leaving the body, having the life review, is then given the option of passing through the light portal. And should it decide to stay earthbound, it will be given another opportunity to go through the light portal. Now, this is where people like myself, because I am a medium, so I do retrieve lost souls and souls that remain earthbound. And, you know, this is where our job comes in, where we will go and retrieve souls that have chosen to remain earthbound, to give them another opportunity of passing through the light portal. Now, once a soul decides to move through and pass through the light portal, it then goes on to healing. Now, through that light portal, it will also be reunited with other family members, other soul members, soul family members. And so, you know, we are all always reunited. And even if a soul decides to stay earthbound, it's classed as a lost soul, but it's not really a lost soul. It's just the fact that the soul didn't feel quite ready to pass through the light portal, to go through the healing process, and then being given the option of where it would like to reincarnate. Now, obviously, depending on the evolution of that in particular soul and the lessons that it did learn through the incarnation process, then, because lessons can then be, you know, taken forward into other incarnation options, because, you see, if you make a soul contract and you say, I am going to do X, Y, Z on the earth plane for my soul's evolution and graduation, and those lessons have not been learnt, then they will be carried over into a new incarnation with additional lessons for soul's evolution and growth. So, to my dear Quinton Allen, I thank you for asking the question, and I hope this has been a more clearer answer for you as to what actually happens once the soul leaves the body. I shall be making a part 2 to this video, because there is other options, let's say, that are assessed by the karmic board as to the in particular soul's incarnation. So I will be making a part 2 to be explaining what the other option could be. But this is the main option, as you know, the other option is very, let's say, secluded to some in particular souls. So, with that being said, I thank you for the question, and any other questions that you may have, kindly comment them on my posts. Kindly please all refrain from contacting me through Messenger, because I do not plan on speaking to anybody through Messenger, Facebook Messenger, unless I reach out to that in particular soul. There are reasons for this, as hacking is rife on all my social media platforms, and so to eliminate a lot of future problems, let's say, for yourselves, not for myself, please kindly refrain from contacting me through the messengers, because I will just be deleting the messages and not responding to anybody. You all will be given the opportunity in the future to book with myself online, but not for the foreseeable future. So with that being said, thank you. I love you. Stay strong, stay powerful, heal all, and kindly know that when your loved ones do pass over, they are always with you. They are always connected to you. However, it is your free will to connect to their soul. Sending you all much beautiful love, light, and power. I am Ascended Master, Mother Mary. Have a great day, my beautiful souls. Thank you.